Hey guys! So for today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to answer and respond to sentences or questions that are asked to you in Korean. So in any language, if you are asked a question, you either can say yes or no. In the Korean formal speaking way, yes is 네 and no is 아니요. However, 네 and 아니요 don't just mean yes and no. They actually also have different meanings, which makes these two specific words very fun to use. So let me explain to you guys what they mean. When you translate these two expressions literally into English, they have a little bit of a different meaning to it. So when you use 네, it's more used as that is correct, I agree with your statement. And 아니요 would be that is incorrect, I disagree with your statement. So now let's put this into context. So here I'm going to show you guys 4 specific examples, and with these examples, hopefully it will help you clear up the confusion and let you better understand how 네 and 아니요 is used in Korean and how it's a little bit different than the yes and no that's used in English. The first example, if I asked you, do you like K-pop? In Korean, that is, K-pop 좋아해요? If you like K-pop, then you'd say 네, 좋아해요, which translates to yes, I like K-pop. I agree with that statement. Example 2. If I asked you the question, K-pop 좋아해요? Do you like K-pop? And here, if you don't like K-pop, then you'd say 아니요, K-pop 안 좋아해요, which also translates to no, that's not correct. I do not like K-pop. So example 3. If I asked you, K-pop 안 좋아해요? Which translates to, you don't like K-pop? If you were somebody that got this question but actually liked K-pop, then in English you would actually say yes, I like K-pop. However, in Korean, rather than saying yes, I like K-pop, you'd say 아니요, K-pop 좋아해요. That's not true. I like K-pop. And example 4. If I asked you, K-pop 안 좋아해요? You don't like K-pop? And in fact, you are not a K-pop fan. Then, in English, you'd say, no, I don't like K-pop. But in Korean, you'd say, 네, 안 좋아해요, which translates to, yes, I agree with what you just asked me. I am not a fan of K-pop. Does that make sense? So 네 is actually a very fun word to know and use because it's not only used as yes, that's right, or yes, I agree with you. It's also used as a conversational filler. So if you hear people talking on like variety shows or in dramas or just in like a daily conversation, you'll hear that many people use 네 very frequently. You can use 네 when you want to say I see or I got it, or when the teacher calls on you in class and they're taking attendance. Then if they say, oh, is Mina here? Then you'd say 네, which also means yes, I'm here, I'm present. Although 네 does have multiple different meanings, it is good to note that 네 is still more on the formal side of speech. So when you are talking to your really close friends, you wouldn't use 네 as the conversational filler. You'd use words like 응, which means yes, or 그래, which means sure, or 그렇구나, which means oh, I see. Those are the words that you'd use with your friends in a casual setting, and you'd use 네 in a conversational filler if you're in a more formal setting or if you're speaking to people who are older than you. And then here are 2 more ways that 네 can be used, which I think may be of interest to you guys. So the first one is if you use 네 with a question mark. So if you use 네 with a question mark, then it'd be 네, and that actually means pardon, sorry, what did you say? Can you please repeat that? And so in the case that I asked you a question and you didn't hear me, then you could say 네, as in, oh, what did you say? And the second way that you can use 네 is if you are taken aback or if you're surprised. So for example, let's say your cousin got you something for your birthday, but your cousin is not someone that gives birthday presents very often. Then if your cousin tells you, oh, by the way, I got you a present this time, then you'd be very surprised and taken aback. So you'd say 네? And that's another way that you can use this word. So that was it for today's lesson. I hope that was somewhat helpful to your guys' learning. And if you guys have any further questions, please don't forget to write your comments down in the comment box because I make sure to look at every single one of them. Thank you so much for tuning in until the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!